What's good, kings and queens? Hope everyone's doing alright, staying well hydrated. This week's video is on one of boxing's most underrated pound for pound stars that is somehow not on the top 10 pound for pound, despite the accomplishments made. This is a biopic on Kosei Tanaka. Tanaka was born in June 15, 1995. He took up boxing rather young, despite suffering from Parthus disease. LCPD is a hip disorder that disrupts the blood flow from the head to the femur, which causes the bone to stop growing and die. Tanaka was able to overcome all of that, start boxing, and have a rather successful amateur career, earning silver in the Asian Youth Championship in 2013. He will start his pro debut in boxing shortly after that when he turned 18. In 2014, Tanaka had a big year, showing off his talent against lower opposition to go 3-0. Then towards the end of 2014, his manager took the huge risk of throwing him up against 18-0 contender Ryuji Hara for the OPBF strawweight title. According to the Ring Magazine rankings of 2014, Hara was ranked number 8 in the world. Again, this is an 18-year-old fighting top 10 rank opposition in the 2010s. This is completely unheard of. Tanaka absolutely shined that night, showing off his skills and outclassing the undefeated contender. The fight fans who gathered at the legendary Korakuen Hall and tuned in on the TV were witnessing something special take place. Tanaka stopped Ryuji in the 9th round to go 4-0. This is one detail I picked up in the post-fight. Tanaka gets picked up by his trainer as he began the celebration. Tanaka alerts his trainer to put him down as he was not going to excessively celebrate. He bows to his fans and gives respect to Hara's corner. Not a single teenager ever would have been that respectful. This dude is 30, trapped in an 18-year-old's body. With that win, Tanaka is now in title contention for the WBO Strawweight Championship against 24-1 Adrian Gonzalez from Mexico on May 30th, 2015. Kosei is now 19 years old with only 4 fights on his resume. On paper, that sounds like an absolutely awful idea. There has not been a fighter that has been thrown to the wolves like that since the great Wilfredo Benitez, who was 25-0 by the age of 17 fighting for the world title. A lot of pressure on the kid. Like what Oscar De La Hoya said in the first episode of 24/7 with his fight with Floyd, will he rise to the occasion or will he be crushed because the lights are too bright? From the opening bell, Tanaka was performing well and he really shined in the fight, catching Gonzalez quite a bit.
田中康生の方が手を出す。ボリブロー、ここは前に来ます。しかし手を返していきます。田中、しっかり狙っていこうという井戸の右のアッパーが入りました。ナイスアッパー。アッパー入りました。遠慮もきついですからね。足がもつれている。もつれている。
Gonzalez will mount a rally and rake in some rounds, cashing in on Tanaka's inexperience. But Tanaka did not fold and finished the fight off strong, beating Gonzalez by unanimous decision to become one of the youngest world champions in boxing, which is an incredibly small list of boxers who are able to achieve that. But Tanaka in 5 professional bouts was able to be one of the fastest, or the fastest, to ever do it. Tanaka will make one title defense of his strawweight crown against Victor Saludar, who later became world champion following the loss. Kosei will receive his first knockdown in the 5th round. He bounced back immediately, knocking Victor out with a perfect body shot in the 6th. At the end of 2016, Kosei moved up to the light flyweight division and easily captured the WBO title against Moise Fuentes in his 8th pro bout, becoming a 2-division world champion shortly after turning 21. Tanaka's first defense is his biggest test since undefeated mandatory 16 wins with 16 knockouts. Angel Acosta from Puerto Rico was gathering some hype. This fight being most people's introductory to Kosei Tanaka, as it was shown for free in America. Tanaka did not disappoint. He put on a show, giving Acosta a boxing lesson, dropping Angel in the 5th round. Acosta wasn't able to find his spot in the fight, and Tanaka won by a wide, unanimous decision victory. Tanaka proved in this fight that he can fight under pressure. He had a good chin, and he can go 12 rounds easily. Tanaka in the post-fight followed through and called out IBF champion Akira Yaegashi and WBA champion Ryoichi Taguchi for the unification. Unfortunate events will take place Tanaka's next fight in 2017. Despite getting the TKO victory, Tanaka fractured both of his eye sockets, which forced him to drop out of the unification with Taguchi, who was ranked number 1 by Ring Magazine. Tanaka announces he will be moving up to flyweight. Wildcard Milan Melindo defeats Akira Yaegashi for the IBF title and is now ranked at number 2 in the world. Taguchi and Melindo will later that same year unify for light flyweight supremacy. WBA, IBF, and lineal titles were on the line. Taguchi will defeat Melindo and become the unified champion, which that's gotta be discouraging for Tanaka in retrospect because that should have been him. Tanaka will come in healed up the following year in 2018, making his flyweight debut and dominating undefeated Ronnie Baldonado, stopping him in the 9th round. Kosei is now 23 years old and sitting on the record of 11-0. He is now in line to tie up Vasyl Lomachenko's recently set record as the fastest to become a 3-division champion.
It's over! It's over! He did it! Lomachenko, the fastest in history to become a 3-division world champ!
Despite tying the record, Tanaka will certainly be the youngest to pull it off. His opponent, number 5 ranked in the world, 17-1 WBO champion Sho Kimura. Kimura won the title off of Chinese gold medalist Zhu Shiming, which Kimura single-handedly ruined Shiming's record-breaking super fight unification with WBA flyweight champion Kazuto Ioka, also resulting in Ioka's shortly lived retirement from boxing. This was an absolutely brutal fight. Most whoever saw it would debate it should have been candidate for Fight of the Year of 2018. Both guys really put it on each other, and Tanaka truly showed his heart this fight, finishing the championship round strong and beating Kimura by a narrow majority decision to make history. Tanaka will get his wish and make his first title defense against rival and former unified champion Ryoichi Taguchi, in which Kosei will win in an exciting fight but by a wide margin. Taguchi did get the best of Tanaka in the 3rd, but overall Tanaka just out-hustled him round by round. Tanaka will make 2 more defenses of his flyweight title, stopping both guys Jonathan Gonzalez in the 7th and Wulan Tulehazi in the 3rd. That being his final fight before he moved up to his 4th weight class. Since Kosei is a WBO super champion, he can directly challenge any WBO champion either in another weight class above him or below him without getting in line and becoming the mandatory. He exercised that right to directly go after former unified and current 4-division world champion Kazuto Ioka. WBO ordered the fight in February of 2020, and it's very likely to happen by the end of this year. It was supposed to happen earlier this year before Kosei turned 25. A win here will make him the fastest to become a 4-division world champion, with only 15 pro bouts, and depending on how you look at it, the youngest to pull it off. Now people will say, well, wasn't Manny a 4-division world champion by 25? Which that is actually a no. He was champion at flyweight, he skipped super flyweight and bantamweight, became champion at super bantamweight, fell short in a draw against Marquez for the unified featherweight title, won his 3rd title at super featherweight against Marquez in 2008, and finally the 4th title against David Diaz later that year at the age of 29. Manny was pretty much in a Dylan White situation, so he was never given the real WBC title. He was given this BS WBC international belt. He had to go through this at both super bantamweight and super featherweight. He was given in today's world a silver title from 2006 to when he earned his shot in 2008. With all that being said, you now know the accomplishments of this man, and it really makes you wonder, how is he not in the top 10 pound for pound rankings? If this cat was from America, the hype would have been stupid. 19 years old, American world champion. That's already grabbing headlines right there. No doubt he would have been in the pound for pound rankings. I mean, come on. In 2012, they had Adrian Broner with absolutely no credentials and just on an unimaginable hype alone at number 6 in the rankings.
What? They handed you the title. Who'd you beat the title? Who'd you beat for the title? Who'd you beat? Yeah, yo, look at you. He believes it too. You fought Gavin Reese your last fight. We ain't heard of Gavin Reese in 10 years. Are you kidding me? Who did you beat for your first title? Who did you beat anywhere?
I am positive they could have given Tanaka some space here in the top 10. So what do you guys think? You think he should already be in the rankings, at least at number 10? Or you think he shouldn't be recognized till he gets that 4th later this year? And on top of that, this is the career so far of undefeated 3-division world champion Kosei Tanaka of Japan. For more biopic videos on boxers who need the spotlight, be sure to like, share, and if you're new, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram for more video updates, memes, edits, whatever. I'm Alpha Sancho, and I'm out.